Ever wonder how your favorite songs or podcasts get made? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and show you how to build your very own home recording studio right from scratch. Let's get into it.
So have you ever had a song idea just buzzing around in your head? Or maybe you thought about starting a podcast, but figured you'd need some giant, super expensive professional studio? The best part is, you really don't. You can make amazing, incredible sounding audio right from your own home. We are going to walk you through the whole shebang. Seriously, from setting up your space and picking out the right gear, all the way to recording your first track and getting it out there for the world to hear.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about your environment. Before you even think about buying a single piece of gear, you have got to get your space right. This is foundational. You don't need some professional soundproof bunker, okay? Just a quiet corner will work great. The real trick is to stop sound from bouncing all over the place. You know, that echoey bathroom sound? We don't want that. Just moving your desk away from the walls helps a ton. And if your room still has a bit of an echo, you can hang up thick blankets or stick some foam panels on the walls to absorb that sound. It's called dampening, and it makes your recording sound so much cleaner. And please, trust me on this, organize your cables now. It'll save you a world of pain later.
So once your space is feeling good, the next big piece of the puzzle is your computer. You really have to think of it as the brain, the central command for your whole studio. It's where all the magic, the recording, the editing, the mixing, actually happens.
So, what's all this tech for? Well, a fast processor lets you add all sorts of cool effects without your computer stuttering or freezing. More RAM, that's memory, lets you work on huge projects with tons of different audio tracks without it crashing. And since high-quality audio files are pretty big, you're going to need a lot of storage space. An external SSD is a fantastic idea to keep your projects safe and help them load up super fast.
All right, your space is prepped and your computer is ready to roll. Now for the really exciting part, the gear. This is the stuff that actually captures your sound and brings it into the digital world.
This little box is an absolute game changer. It's called an audio interface, and it's basically a translator for sound. See, your microphone captures sound as an analog signal. Think of it like a smooth wave. But your computer only speaks digital, a language of ones and zeros. The audio interface is the crucial piece that translates that analog wave into digital data that your computer can actually understand and work with.
So without an interface, your computer just can't understand a good quality microphone. Most of them are super simple. They just plug right in with the USB cable. They'll have knobs to control the recording volume, we call that gain, and a spot to plug in your headphones so you can hear what you're doing in real time with zero annoying delay. Next up, the mic. There are two main types you're going to run into. First, you've got dynamic mics. These things are built like tanks. They're super durable. They're perfect for really loud stuff like recording a guitar amp or a snare drum. Then you have condenser mics. These are way more sensitive. They are fantastic at capturing all the little tiny details in a singer's voice or the beautiful tone of an acoustic guitar. So which one you choose really just depends on what you're planning to record.
Okay, so how do you actually listen to what you're making? This is called monitoring, and it's super important. You can't just use regular gaming or music headphones because those are designed to make music sound better. They boost the bass and stuff. Studio headphones and special speakers called monitors give you a flat, honest sound. The whole point is to hear your music exactly as it is, warts and all, so you can find those little mistakes and fix them. And you'll want closed-back headphones for recording, because they stop the sound from leaking out and getting picked up by your sensitive microphone.
We've got the room, we've got the gear, now it is time to put it all together and actually get creative. This section is all about the process of making your first song.
Your entire virtual studio lives inside one piece of software called a DAW. That stands for Digital Audio Workstation. Now, it sounds complicated, but think of it like this. It's like a word processor, but instead of typing words, you're recording, cutting, pasting, and arranging blocks of sound. It's where you can actually see your music as waveforms and have total control over every single part.
And the process inside that DAW usually follows these three main steps. First, you record your instruments and your vocals, usually one at a time. Then you move on to editing, which is where you clean everything up and fix any little mistakes. And finally, you mix all of those individual pieces together to create one balanced, awesome-sounding song.
Here are some essential tips for that recording phase. Always make sure your recording level doesn't go into the red on the meter. Red means distortion, which is this fuzzy, broken sound that you can never get rid of later. Also, don't be afraid to record multiple takes of each part. This is what the pros do. It lets you go back and pick the absolute best moments from each one to create one perfect performance. Oh, and trust me on this, save your project constantly.
So,
After you've recorded and edited all your different parts, it's time to mix. This is where the real art comes in. It's where you take all those separate recordings, your drums, your bass, guitar, vocals, everything, and you blend them so they sound like a cohesive, polished song.
And when you're mixing, you're mostly going to use these 4 main tools. Volume, that's easy, just making things louder or quieter. Panning lets you place sounds in the left or right speaker, which makes your song feel bigger and more three-dimensional. EQ, or equalizer, is basically like the bass and treble knobs on a stereo, but way more powerful. You can use it to make an instrument sound brighter or warmer, or cut out annoying frequencies. And finally, a compressor. This one is like a secret weapon. It automatically evens out the volume of a track, making the quiet parts a little louder and the loud parts a little softer, so everything just sounds smooth and professional.
You've done it. You recorded, you edited, and you mixed your song. It sounds fantastic. Now for the final and, let's be honest, the most rewarding step, sharing it with other people.
So to share your song, you first have to export it from your DAW into a single audio file. You're going to see 2 main options. A WAV file is the full, uncompressed, highest quality version. That's your master copy that you should always keep safe. An MP3 is a smaller, compressed file. It loses a tiny bit of quality, but it's perfect for uploading to streaming sites or just emailing to your friends.
And once you have that file, the possibilities are literally endless. You can upload it to streaming platforms, share it all over social media, or just email it to your friends and family and get some feedback. The whole point is to get your creation out there so people can hear it.
And this really brings us to the most important point of all. You do not need the most expensive gear in the world to make great music. What truly, truly matters are your ideas and your skill. Learning how to use the gear you already have to its absolute fullest potential is way more valuable than buying shiny new toys. I promise you, consistent practice will beat expensive equipment every single time.
So, there you have it. That's everything you need to know to go from a quiet corner in your room to a finished song that's ready to share with the world. You have the tools, you have the knowledge. The only question left is, what are you going to create first?